Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.
Can you hear me now? Dear God. I want to talk about Arteta and I got muted. Unbelievable. Can you hear me now? No? Or can you hear me now? This is absolute bollocks. Yes? Okay, I said bollocks and you can hear me now. How about I do that intro all over again then? Muppet. See? When I'm on my own, aliens attack. I think Super Kevin Campbell did it. Basically, what I was saying to you is that it would usually be the Tuesday-ish club tonight, but due to schedules and busyness of our Arsenal legends, David Hillier and Super Kevin Campbell, Tuesday club-ish is going to happen next week. Super Kev went to Tyrese's game. It was his first appearance for Stoke. He was on the bench. He came on a little bit at the end, and so rightly so, he did the fatherly thing, supporting his son. But in true Super Kev fashion, you guys know that he is here in spirit. Oh yeah, he's left us some videos knowing the subject that we were going to be talking about tonight. So let me do this. Good evening, everybody. At ease. Sorry about the sound issue at the beginning of the show. Dear God, thank God for you guys. Otherwise, I just would have been talking, yakking, and nobody would have been listening. Typical. How is everyone tonight? Good evening to each and every one of you. All right. Let's talk, shall we? Here's what we're going to do. It's going to be a show with a twist and a bit of a difference. Okay? What? No, come on. How cool would it be? Yes. JJ, I put my fatigues on tonight. I'm ready. Samurai Soph is absolutely ready for this conversation. I want you guys to jump in. You are my co-hosts tonight. We got to be honest. We got to be truthful. We got to tell it like it is. No jokes. We're going to brock some necks. And we are divided as a fan base when it comes to our manager. And I thought it'd be a really interesting conversation for us to have. So here's how we're going to kick it off, okay? I am. Let's see. What do you mean all you can see is a pair of glasses? What are you talking about? Got a champagne bottle behind us. We've got the London sign. We've got no smoking. We've got the mic. We've got the flags. What's up? It is about to get real. Are you ready? Let's get real. Okay. He probably would have. Evening, everybody. Let me put some... Yes! Let's put some... I'm telling you, I'm ready. Let's go. Right. I'm going to play a video from Super Kev. Clearly, he's not happy with me. Wait till you hear this. I think that he's not happy with some of us. And you know Kev, all right? He is completely behind the manager. I am ready for war. And you know what? I'm over it. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I couldn't sleep last night. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. But I couldn't sleep because I thought to myself, watching football isn't as fun as it used to be. Curtis Shaw put out a tweet tonight and he said, I really enjoy football when I'm not watching Arsenal. Who didn't love watching Atletico Madrid versus Liverpool tonight? Great game. RB Leipzig versus PSG. Great game. Ajax banging in the goals. Great game for them. We're not in Europe. For the first time in years, we're not in Europe. I wonder why. So here's what we're going to do, all right? We're going to have an honest conversation. I'm going to play a video. I know Mikel Arteta's in chat. How epic would it be if it was the real Mikel Arteta? My crikey, I would love that. All right. I'm going to play a video and we're going to talk about it, all right? Be prepared because Kev's kind of going in on all of us. All right, you ready? Here we go.
Hostess with the mostest, Sophie. I hope you're well. Hi, squaddies. Hope you're okay. Right, let me get to it. I won't be there today. Obviously, I'm off to see my son hopefully get on the pitch at Stoke for a bit of support from his old man. So, having watched the Arsenal game again, everybody couldn't wait to have a go at the manager. And it's always the manager with the teammate performing. But you know what? What people have to check out is the team started all right. And if the team starts all right and then falls away, that isn't down to the manager. That's down to the players. And I know you people in chat are going to be starting, oh, get Arteta's lawyer. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. That obviously means you're not, it's either you've got an agenda or you're not paying attention. You cannot start the game well and then all of a sudden not continue doing what you're doing. That's not the manager, that's the players on the pitch. There was opportunities there, we didn't take them. We fell away, we caused all our own problems. It's down to us. And I'm not saying that the manager isn't at fault at some point, because the buck stops with him. But what I will say is, Sophie, you mentioned he doesn't make the right substitutions. You mentioned how he didn't bring Martinelli up. He brought Lacazette on and got that right. So you're beating him over the head with one stick and he gets one right and we don't lose. I know it felt like a loss, but we didn't lose. All of you who are Arteta out, it just serves it up nicely for you to pile on the manager. That's what it does. But I know who you guys are. I know you're quick to jump on him. So debate that one, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Look after yourself. Don't let me have to brock you lot up. Sophie, look after yourself. Hostess with the mostest. And like I said, you're quick to jump on the manager. A lot of you people, quick to jump on the manager. But you didn't give him credit for even going with that formation, taking the lead, and then the team fell away. Why? I don't know, and I'm sure he doesn't know, because he don't set them up to be negative. Anyway, there you go. Debate that, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
I'm dodging the bullets. I'm dodging them. Come on. Super Kev sending me the video to various squaddies and listeners, including myself. Was it me or did my podcast brother from another mother just fire shots? That's why I'm wearing camouflage today, kids. Okay, let's take it piece by piece, shall we? And I want you guys to follow with me in chat as well. Oh, my cousin George is calling. I'm going to put him on hold. People can't handle Casey's truths. This is why we're having this debate. Why can't you Arteta folks who love him handle our truths? Why have we become so divided when it comes to this Arsenal manager? Why can we not accept each other's opinions when we are talking about Mikel Arteta? Like he's the messiah of management. Yesterday on our channel, and also I did a post-game show on Lee Judge's TV. And I actually ripped Patrick Vieira for being an average manager, right? Because he has been. Look, he improved New York City FC somewhat in MLS, and he took him to an MLS Cup semi-final, but he lost to Toronto. He couldn't take him to the promised land in MLS, right? And in my opinion, at Nice, he was a disaster. They got knocked out of the Europa League group stages. They also got knocked out of the Coupe de France. He did not do well there. Patrick Vieira's record as a manager is not that great. And there are a few Arsenal legends. And there are legends of other clubs that have not been that great as managers. filed under Thierry Henry, Tony Adams, Gary Neville, Phil Neville. Disasters, but really good players, right? But yet, Zamir, where are you? Vieira ripped Arteta a new one without Zaha and Eze, or Eze, however you want to pronounce it. So when Kev wants to talk about Mikel Arteta and his record as an Arsenal manager in the Premier League, you know what? You guys know me. I've not been a fan of Mikel Arteta, right? In the league. He won the FA Cup. But you know what? His FA Cup love coupons have expired. Really appreciate it, but the truth is he inherited Unai Emery's team in December, and we went on an FA Cup run from January to May, and we won the FA Cup where Aubameyang, Lacazette and Pepe was still in the height of really good form, and we were on a roll, and he finished what Unai started and won a trophy. I try to support everybody associated with Arsenal Football Club, including the manager. I've been very critical of Arteta, but since the season started with his new team, I said, you know what? He deserves time until November. He does. To try and show us what he can do. But here we are, okay, in mid-October, and we're actually in a worse position than the 8th we've finished 2 seasons under him. You ask yourself too, what's happened to our captain, Aubameyang? Why has he regressed? Look at Saka shining for England, comes back to Arsenal. Not so great. Emile Smith-Rowe shines for the England under-21, scores a goal. And yes, against Tottenham for 35 minutes, we were phenomenal. Emile Smith-Rowe scores, Saka scores, great. But they don't score enough for the Arsenal. Thomas Partey can't hit a goal, can't score a goal for the Arsenal with a map and a compass. But yet for his international team, he scores 2 on the international break. Why is it we can't have adult conversations about this manager? Why is it, if you disagree with where we're going in the Premier League, you're anti-Arteta, you're anti-Arsenal, you're anti-all these things? Everyone keeps talking about have faith. In the players, yes. But do you have faith in the manager? That's the biggest question. Lost twice to Villa last season, lost twice to Wolves, only got 1 point from Burnley. Our rivals now are Wolves, forget Leicester, Wolves, Burnley, Villa. Look at the Premier League. Forget the FA Cup win. We're a cup team. We've proven that. Even under Wenger's darkest days, we won the FA Cup 3 times, and Arteta won the FA Cup too. We do not have the sustainability or the mental ability to stay engaged throughout a Premier League season. Why? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Arteta are very similar right now. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has far superior players to us. And he's definitely done some things in the league where they've improved. They finished second last season. But yet still with the players that he has, there's no identity to Manchester United. They still are fickle. They can't string. They'll win 4 and then they'll lose 2. They'll draw 1. This is Manchester United you're talking about. These two great clubs that were the founders, if you like, of the Premier League. The rivalry. Legendary players. Right? And now both clubs, one has a super legend driving them, and we have a very nice captain who managed the team and lifted the FA Cup and did lovely things for us, who somehow, okay, is looked at like he's a legend. I don't understand it. I don't understand how Teflon Mikel Arteta is. And to be quite frank, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Mikel Arteta were managing Chelsea, City, I would say even Liverpool, they'd be fired by now. We are accepting mediocrity. Where is the improvement? Loved it. Look at him, raising the FA Cup as a player, raised the FA Cup as well as a manager. But yet he couldn't be another bang average manager last night. Crystal Palace, a team in transition, a conservative team under Roy Hodgson. He kept them in the Premier League for a number of years. And without their 2 best players, after we scored the goal yesterday, we regressed. We went into a shell. Instead of going on and killing the game, we gave away the game. And but for Lacazette coming on, who, by the way, we're going to give away for free, okay, we would have lost that match. I don't know what you think, but what do you mean I'm going personal? How am I going personal? Well, we're talking about the manager of Arsenal. What do you mean? He's the manager of Arsenal. He is front and center. What's personal about it? When you are a public figure and you lead a great club like ours, you are up for criticism. I'm up for criticism. You guys are all going to criticize me on YouTube. Go read the comments. I criticised Thierry Henry, got absolutely ripped. I don't bitch and moan about it. I criticised Patrick Vieira for being a bang average manager and people think I'm disrespectful. Do not mistake Thierry Henry and Patrick Vieira being legends, gods for the Arsenal. Statue, build them. Mount Rushmore of Arsenal. Vieira, Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp, Arsene Wenger, George Graham, Tony Adams. Build it. As managers, they haven't done much. And when you have Mikel Arteta, who's been a manager in this league a lot longer than Patrick Vieira, who failed in Nice in Liga and could only take New York City FC as far as he could in MLS without winning the big one. But yet last night, Patrick Vieira schooled, and my headline yesterday was he was beaten by another bang average manager, because that's what Patrick Vieira has been so far in his managerial career. But what he's doing at Crystal Palace right now is really interesting, because every single one of those Crystal Palace players, it felt like they knew their role last night. They knew what to do, how to do it, where they needed to be. And even when they had substitutions, they just switched. They moved. They carried on. They outplayed us, outscored us, outthought us, out everything. It's like that scene in The Fugitive where Tommy Lee Jones goes on that rant. I want you to check every outhouse, whatever it is he says. When is the time going to come where we can just have a debate and a conversation without people getting sensitive about each other's opinions regarding this manager? Why is he so polarizing? What do you mean, no, they didn't? Are you seriously telling me, Lone Star, that Crystal Palace didn't outplay us last night? And don't give me the we made 2 mistakes and that's how they scored goals. Look at Benteke. He has been bang average in this league for a very long time. And last night, he looked like Lukaku circa Inter Milan. He turned Ben White like, I can't say it on this show, but he turned him. It may have been 2-2, but it feels like we lost because those are the games at home that we should win. And I don't care if you disagree or agree with me. I respect you and your opinion. Bring it on. Let me know what you think. But to think that we're moving forward and we're progressing, look at our league position. We play Aston Villa on Friday, a team that turned us over twice last season, a team that's coming off a brutal loss against Wolves in a Midland derby. They're looking to make that up. And somehow we go 1-0 up at home, and instead of closing, instead of putting their fatigues on and finishing, we sit back thinking, I don't know what. Where's the handbrake off, Mikel Arteta? You put the handbrake on this team. Aubameyang, despite the challenges with no service, no creativity, no passing, he still fought his arse off last night to try and make stuff happen. And if you read his Instagram post from last night, to me, there's hidden veils in there. And Palace 1 win in 8, and they nearly beat us. But for Lacazette, a player who comes on, who's underappreciated, not respected enough, who we're going to give away for free, comes on, brings in the energy, shows the players how to move, how to get into the channels, how to go at the opposition, and scores a goal. And we are going to get rid of him. I love youth. I love young players. I'm excited about a lot of the young players that we have at our club. But it's got to be married with experience. And you can say whatever you want about Alexander Lacazette, but he provides the same type of stability that Bobby Firmino does for Liverpool. And yes, I just said that out loud. Bobby Firmino scored a hat-trick at the weekend. He doesn't score a lot of goals. What he does is he allows Salah and Mane to shine. Lacazette is that for Aubameyang. Look at the two of them together. And there's another video from Kevin coming, which we're going to touch on this again. Conor Gallagher, he's on loan from Chelsea. Bossed us, bitch slapped us in midfield. Thomas Partey was a lone wolf. Not his best game by any stretch of the imagination. And people, that word that rhymes with lacquer and Saka. That's right. Xhaka. Be careful what you wish for, everybody. Be careful what you wish for. He may not be the best player. He may not be a world beater like everybody thinks, but in this Arsenal team, he offers something. He offers protection. He can hold the ball up. And unfortunately for Xhaka, his mistakes are more glaring than the good things he does, because you know why? His mistakes are big. And that's on him. Bless Sambi. Thrown into the Wolves. Our midfield gave away possession. Crystal Palace punish us. That's football. And Virginia, you don't think I'm speaking facts? Really? Come on this show and tell me what you think then. Where are your facts? What are you backing up? Look at Unai Emery's record. I'm not going to go into stats and facts on Unai versus Arteta. I've done that a million times over. Tell me how I'm not speaking facts. We have a manager who, because he was alongside Pep Guardiola, is considered the second coming. He's treated more of a legend than Thierry Henry, who I ripped to shreds last week, and Patrick Vieira, who I ripped to shreds as a bang average manager yesterday. He's treated like he's some kind of god. Why? This is Arsenal Football Club. What do you want as fans? Where is the progress in the Premier League? Where is it? How have we improved? It is almost November. Look where we are in the league. The manager of the month thing, a lot of you guys laughed at me last week when I said that picture of him and his staff was a little overblown, over-celebrated. We were celebrating wins against teams that are so poor. We scraped by those teams. We've played good football for 35 minutes this season. And Leon, you're right. He's not the answer ever. But in this team, he is somewhat an answer. And that is where Arsenal Football Club are today. How fucking sad is that? Don't tell me that Arteta can't execute his tactics. He doesn't have the players. This is his team now. This is his squad. We've spent 150 million in the summer. Our team's not a bad team, guys. On paper, are you telling me we're not better than a lot of the teams in the bottom half of the table? Of course we are. And you know what? Super Kevin Campbell, I love him, Tyrone. But you know what? Yes, I'm sick and tired of hearing it's just the players. How can it be just the players? Is it just the players with Manchester United? Was it just the players with Chelsea under Lampard? It's not just 8 games. Stop this. We've seen this for it's going on 2 years now this December. What do you mean it's not the squad he really wants though, Matty K? Ben White, Gabriel, Thomas Partey, Sambi Lokonga, Tomiyasu. He bought Mari. He bought Runnison. He bought in Willian. What are you talking about? This is his squad. And don't blame the owners for our poor form on the pitch right now. They gave him, cash flow gave him, this money to spend. Don't you tell me that a more experienced manager can't do a better job. And if Arteta doesn't step up, at some point you've got to be asking, how are we going to improve in the league? They keep saving him, Ryan. And you know what? Saka's shining for England, but he ain't shining for Arsenal this season. He did in the game against Tottenham, but he's not been that great. Our captain, Aubameyang, who saved us over 2 seasons. What's happened to him? Why? He's definitely shown more fight and guile and leadership. I felt for him in the game against Crystal Palace. Dude almost broke his ankle making a tackle, tracking back. Why can't we have a conversation where we don't kill each other, but we embrace each other's opinions about our manager? Why is he so polarizing? So, if what's changed from the start of Arteta's reign to the pandemic? Let's say, yes, pressure, Pete. It's pressure. Stress and pressure. When you are managing Arsenal Football Club, it comes with an insurmountable amount of pressure. Look where we are. And I don't want to hear he inherited a mess. Unai Emery also inherited a mess. And you know what? If you guys want to look in the mirror and talk your truth, if this was Unai Emery, what would have happened? What would fans be saying? Why is Mikel Arteta protected so much? Unai Emery at least went on a 22 unbeaten game run. Fine, we weren't that great during that run. We had some lucky results. But his team did it. And for a while, he had them together. And yes, towards the end, it got really bad and he lost the dressing room. But he had cancer in that dressing room. And yes, Mikel Arteta had to come in and provide chemotherapy for that dressing room. He had to fix it. He had to get rid of the cancer. And he's done that. But managers also have immediate impact. You can see a style of play and identity. And you know what, Super Kevin Campbell? I love and adore you. But when we win, everyone wants to laud Arteta. The Arteta fans want to laud Arteta. And it's kind of a subtext that the players had something to do with it. But when we're crap, it's all about the players. I just don't understand. And you know what? Exactly. Who cares about the fouls? Stop talking about the Saka foul. Shit happens to all teams in every game, every week. That's football. Should he have been sent off? Yes. But he wasn't. People holding on. Well done. People holding on to the foul on Saka. It's pathetic. If you think that's why we lost, then I don't know what game you're looking at. And you know what? You're right. Everyone had to deal with COVID. Everybody. I'm going to go in and look at some of your comments. I'll calm down when I want. I'm calm. I'm Greek. I'm passionate. This is my voice. This is how I project. Okay? Your unbeaten run is garbage. It's a fallacy. We barely beat Norwich. We survived against Brighton. We struggled against Burnley. We smashed Spurs for 35 minutes. And but for Aaron Ramsdale making some great saves in the second half, we could have walked away with a draw against Tottenham. Always be closing. And yesterday, Lacazette got Arteta out of another pickle. It's so funny, unbeaten run. Just stop. Oh my God, even you. This is the problem. Please don't compare this team to the Invincibles. Just please don't do that. Do you know how far away we are? You know, like in Star Wars, when the movie starts and it says in a galaxy far, far away. We are in a galaxy far, far away from that Invincibles team. We are so far, you know, light years, and I'm not a science person, but light years, you know, when they say 1 billion light years, that's how far away we are from that team. Different universe. At least we agree on that one, Lone Star. Imagine comparing us to the Invincibles. You're right, Soph. Anyone comparing this team to the Invincibles? Let's see what this says. Here we go. Arsenal haven't won in 15 of their last 23 Premier League games. Now, you guys think I'm always anti-Arteta. I'm going to show you something that Super Kev sent me because I want this to be balanced. Look at this. I don't know how true this is. Let me get rid of the comment below so you can see everything. Arsenal's last victory versus Spurs was their 50th win under Mikel Arteta, his 94th game in charge. Fastest Arsenal managers to 50 wins. George Graham, 89. Mikel Arteta, 94. There it is. Do you know what I think about stats like this? They don't matter because the table never lies. The table never, ever lies. You cannot put comments up that you disagree with and laugh at them, then complain 2 minutes later about opinions being polarized. What are you talking about? I'm putting everyone's comments up. Sophie, you should be on AFTV with this talk. Sorry. I'm sorry you disagree with me. This is my opinion. I put up all of your comments, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. You should know by now that if anyone puts up comments from everyone about everything, no matter what their thoughts are, it's me. Truth. Why would you put... who would be your first choice? I would have loved the Bayern Munich manager, which we had a chance to hire him a couple seasons ago, but did not do that. And I don't think when people say Antonio Conte doesn't meet our DNA, what is our DNA? Why not have someone come in and reinvent our DNA and our culture, which I think they're trying to do, but it's just not working on the pitch, is it? I mean, there's a lot of talented managers out there. I actually do think Brendan Rodgers is a really good manager. I think Graham Potter is a really good manager, but we're so snobby that, you know, we turn our noses up at stuff like that. Here we go. You can tell Sophie associates with Curtis and Dan Potts. I love this show, and this is why I did it. Come on. Come on, the Arteta fans. Let's go. Why can't I have my opinion that currently in the Premier League, Mikel Arteta is an average manager for the Arsenal? And by the way, I would love for everyone to call me Dopey now. Do you think they meant dopey? Because that's fine. I accept it. He's doing a great job for Brighton with half the talent that we have. And also, yeah, what is wrong with Curtis and Dan and their opinions? I think Curtis just won an award for his content. Nagelsmann, love that. Spalletti, good manager. Kroenkes will never hire a decent manager. It's not all their fault. 150 million, they've given him the war chest. He's got carte blanche at the club. Somehow, we're playing with the handbrake on still. Why? I agree. Love Dan. Gasparini. There's a lot of people in chat that also don't see the progress Arteta is making. Also, there's 250 of you in live chat. Why don't we take a wee break here and bring out this fella? Whether you agree or disagree with me, you can hit that like button. And you know what? As Kev would say, if you don't, hit the dislike button. This is the point of the show. I'm never afraid to put myself out there or the show's feelings out there. We have accepted mediocrity. Nick, how many good performances have Arsenal produced this season? I rest my case. You said that, not me. I like that you rested your case on that. 35 minutes against Tottenham. Brilliant. How can we capture and compartmentalize that? How can we make that this Arsenal under this manager? Why can't we do that game after game and be consistent with it? Thank you, Sebastian. And thank you, Vinny. Andy wants to swap Arteta for a sack of spuds. Dominic wants to ask all of you. All right, Dominic on deck now. Do you enjoy watching Arsenal this season? Because apart from 45 minutes against Tottenham, we're playing rhymes with pit. Let's accept each other's opinions and let's not kill each other for them. This is what's insane to me. United fans have started arguing a little bit more about Solskjaer on this. Chelsea fans were just crushed and devastated when Lampard lost his job. But look what Tuchel has done for them. Of course they have more talent than us, but he still had to come in and take a broken team and fix it. Champions League winners, Super Cup winners, potential Premier League winners this season. Don't tell me that change doesn't evoke more change. You guys know how I felt about him for the larger portion towards the end of last season, and I've had a humble pie baking in my oven because I want to eat it. I want someone to smash it in my face with whipped cream and ice cream on top. But we can't go on like this season. If we're still in like 11th or 12th position in November, if we lose to Villa, we've got to play Leicester next as well. Then there's another international break. There's got to be some improvement and identity on the pitch. Patrick Vieira, who failed at Nice, who couldn't deliver an MLS Cup for New York City FC, gave Crystal Palace an identity within 7 weeks. We laugh at Tottenham. They're like in 4th or 5th place. Come on, everyone. Let's be real. Let's be honest. What is the identity of this team? We go 1-0 up, and then who were we, Lone Star? Tell me that. And yes, we've laughed at them. 35 minutes of dream football in 2 years. Exactly, Rich. I ridiculed him. I didn't ridicule him. I ripped him. And of course, everyone went at me because he's a legend. No. Don't mistake lauding him and putting him on a pedestal as a legend as a player versus him as a manager. But I tell you something. Who looked like the better team yesterday? Patrick Vieira's Crystal Palace or Mikel Arteta's Arsenal? Mikel Arteta failed us in the Europa League semi-final. He couldn't beat Unai Emery, the man he replaced. Played Xhaka at left back. He tinkered. He put square pegs in round holes. 2 legs he had a chance to win that. And what did he do? We failed for the first time in years to qualify for Europe, which has cost us in our recruitment financially. But he keeps his job. That's where I blame the owners for accepting that. Okay, give him more time. Give him more time to see what? There has to be a cut-off period when it comes to what we're seeing in our progress in the Premier League. Who's human? Mikel Arteta? I would argue about that. He does look like a robot. Sophie, do you really think we have the same time as Blue in London? What are you smoking? Oh, Jesus. Okay. I'm not smoking anything, number one. Number two, we've had to recruit young players because we have no European football. When we had European football, at least we offered Europa League football, which is a route back into the Champions League, which is why we were able to recruit Lacazette, Aubameyang, Thomas Partey, Gabriel, Kieran Tierney, Pepe, and all of these other players. Now we don't have European football. Top-tier players do not want to join a club that doesn't really have European football. What's difficult to understand about that? You know what, Newman? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to break up the momentum right now. And I'm going to show everyone what a great artist you are. The world needs this right now. We could use a bit of a laugh. Okay, I'm going to play Kev's second video. And we're never going to agree or disagree on Mikel Arteta. Let's see, John, new name here. I like this. Changes don't guarantee progression. Agree, of course. But you know what? Business is about risk. Football is about risk. We've seen many clubs take those risks. So if we never said Lacazette had no service, but always said Aubameyang had no service because Lacazette creates service for himself. Which brings me on to this. Not this, but this is a really good image. This video from Kev. Here we go.
Hi, Soph. Here's the bonus, right? Not having to bruck you lot up, but here's the bonus. That's the connection between Aubameyang and Lacazette. Looked like a connection last night. Looked like they knew where each other was. And as a front two functioning, I thought it looked pretty good. And I think we have to go with that on Friday against Villa. I think Lacazette makes a huge difference to us. And whoever gets dropped, gets dropped. But I think them two have to play together. And I think Aubameyang has to play as close to Lacazette as he can. There you go. What do you think of that? Take care, everybody. Squaddies, behave!
Ooh, Doesn't that scare you? What are you done with, Virginia? What do you mean you're done? What is it you're done with? Explain to me. This is why we need to talk as fans. What are you done with? Are you done with people having a different opinion to you about Arteta, disagreeing? What is it you're done with? I guess because they perform well, and in the season where we won the FA Cup, they were quite the combo, weren't they? In fact, it was Oba Laka Pepe. And you know what? Drop Pepe, maybe, yeah. This isn't a discussion, it's a lecture. Interesting. Well, it's a discussion between all of us, and I'm giving you my opinion. And if you don't like it, that's okay. I respect that. These are my thoughts. Drop Pepe for Martinelli. Pepe was poor. Drop Odegaard. Feels like a lecture. Okay. I'm sorry that you feel that way. Where is it? What's Virginia's comment? I always put Virginia's comment up. You guys know this. Everyone's very touchy tonight. What is happening? Since when is this a lecture? Do you think Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon lecture you when they do their opening on their show and they talk and they crack jokes? I mean, I don't get it. You're very sensitive. Not sensitive. I put up all your comments. Tell me what you're thinking. So what is this? I love it. So what you thinking should have taken an E instead of drinking. What the heck is that about? Who's drinking? God damn. Look what it does. This is the point of the show. Do you guys not get it? Everyone on edge today. Of course, it's crazy. This is why I'm doing the show. Why is this subject so polarizing? We're talking. It's a show. I'm on my own. I'm here. I'm giving you my thoughts. I'm trying to instigate conversation about our manager and why talking about him does this. That's the point of the conversation. You guys are proving the point of the subject. So happy you're blessed. YouTube commentators. You never on your own. I am actually. I'm on my own sometimes. All good. Happens. Let's see. No Europa League. No. Yep, exactly. It felt like a loss, Lone Star. That's the point. At some point, don't you want to see an evolution in how we play football? Don't you want to see us progress? Don't you want to see us have some type of style? Don't you want stability, consistency? Okay, we haven't lost, but it's not great. It feels like losing to Crystal Palace, even though we nicked a win at the very end and we were lucky. We don't want to go through a Premier League season being lucky. We need to improve and we need to get better. And hopefully he can do this with the squad of players. My whole subject tonight is why can't we just have a conversation about the manager without everybody getting so upset? That's the point. Exactly. What is our style of play? Someone explain that to me. Super Kev will probably help explain that on Thursday when we have the tactical squad back with Josh and we talk about our Friday Night Lights game against Aston Villa. You know, a team that is kind of one of our rivals right now. That's how far we've fallen. That's the point of the conversation. We've regressed. We're not in Europe. We failed. We're eighth. Now look at where we are, and it's almost November. And yet we're still trying to figure out who we are as a team. And the point of the conversation, like I said, is why can't we just talk and not get upset and point the finger at each other, get mad at each other and bite at each other, call each other names? I put up all of your comments when you disagree with me. I put up all your comments whether you agree or not. That's the beauty of this show. There's no super chats. There's none of that stuff. I try to put as many comments up as possible. And and you know Kevin as well. He loves hearing the comments when you disagree with him. I mean, people calling Kevin deluded for his opinion on Arteta. Is that right? Why can't we just talk without getting crazy? Sophie, do you understand that our plays are not that good? We just spent 150 million on new players. And don't tell me that Gabriel's not good. Don't tell me Tierney's not good. Don't tell me Thomas Partey's not good. Don't tell me Aubameyang's not good. Don't tell me Lacazette is not good. Don't tell me Martinelli's not good. Come on now. Thank God. Should we bring him up again just for prosperity? I wanted this show to be open and honest about why our manager creates such a polarizing conversation, why he's so polarizing. And are Crystal Palace players better than ours? Come on. They're not. Nut it, Vinny. 150 million later, still people still blaming the players. We just want to see our team playing better. Why hasn't it been open and honest, Virginia? Why? What's got your goat tonight? Tell me. This is a forum. It's open. It's honest. Say what you want. You keep making statements, but you're not saying anything. And you know how much I respect you. I mean, let's see. Arsenal fans accept City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United could be better than us, but not Brighton, Leicester. Yep. We've had 3 managers. We've got players we praise, but still haven't got on the team. No, we're not going to do that. I'm not going to blame Mike Dean. Well, look, I can't believe it's 53 minutes in. And apparently I'm just talking out my arse. That's fine. You know what? That's fine. 24 plays. I again, as many. I'm trying to look for the comments that are disagreeing with me. When you're a lone wolf, you know, and you're camouflage, it's hard to keep up with the chat sometimes, you guys. Just saying. 24 players have been signed or renewed under this manager. So if these players aren't good, why has he either renewed or signed them? Stop with the excuses, please. Just stop. Very well said, JJ. I love you too, Lone Star. Always have, always will. And I love Virginia. I explained points that you didn't put up on the screen. Won't bother myself again. Well, Virginia, it moves so fast. I'm on my own tonight. Tell me what you said. I'll put it up right now. Copy and paste it, and I will put it up. Emotional intelligence. Interesting comment. It's the players every single time. Then when the players smash the spuds in 35 minutes, it's them too, isn't it? It's not the manager because it's never the manager. That's the point. It's like, it's both, isn't it? They're all culpable. They're all accountable. If you're a team, there's no I in team. So therefore, the manager is as culpable as the players. And yes, because we're not in Europe, we've had to change our strategic recruitment. Who's going to come to Arsenal if you don't have European football? Look at the profile of players we've signed this summer. And he cost us European football. Partey's the problem. Okay, but he's also been great for us, hasn't he? Thomas Partey. He doesn't have the right partner yet. I invited her on. She knows I love her. I love you guys too. Absolutely. Did Virginia repost her point? I want to make sure I put it up before I go because I'm ready to go. Folks living in the past, we ain't the Invincibles no more. Draw the line and move forward with Arteta. Give him time. We need to stay grounded. How much time? Look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. How much time do Manchester United need to give him? Hasn't won a bean. Lost the opportunity to win trophies. They want to complain about Mourinho. He delivered 2. Europa League and League Cup. With a far weaker team, I would argue. So how much time in modern day football? I would take Simeone in a heartbeat, but he's not going to leave Atletico Madrid with European football to come and manage us. He'll get 100 years. It's falsely attributing those who believe it's mostly the player's quality or lack thereof who are responsible for these results as being Arteta in people. Respect that opinion. Sophie, Arteta is not a PL coach. No European football and you can get the team ready for PL game. Are you serious? About what? I'm serious about the fact that we're an average Premier League team under Mikel Arteta, but I respect the fact that he won the FA Cup for us. But those cup coupons have run out. And I love that everyone is now calling me Dofi. I mean, forget the Sophie stuff. I am now Dofi. I accept it. Okay. There are better managers out there. Everyone's very sensitive tonight. Sophie, the style is supposed to be possession-led with attack building from defense. The midfield is... Yep, it's not working. 100% correct. Yonik says, no one's living in the past. We're just quite sure Arteta's not the guy. I'm losing respect for Kevin. He watches different game. He's probably getting old and slow. Are you talking about Kevin getting old and slow? Oh, my God. Now I'm going to come out and defend my brother from another podcast, mother. If there's anyone who's not getting old and slow, it's Kevin. But you know what? He would do this right now, and he will address your comment when he's back on Thursday. See, we put up every comment, whether you agree or insult us or whatever. It's all good with us. Who's Dofi? I don't know, but I'd like to get to know her. She's probably a better host than Sophie. Why don't we all search for Dofi? Okay. Sam says, not seen a single valid opinion from an Arteta fan, just the same debunked excuses. There's some new listeners. I like to get up all their comments. I feel sorry for Partey leaving Madrid and joining Arsenal. Hakim, I think Arteta's communication might be poor. And some have talked about micromanaging, Hakim. So, yes, apologies if I pronounced your name incorrectly. DS, why do you think the club never looked at Vieira for the job? Because Vieira failed at Nice and he couldn't bring New York City FC over the line, even though he took them from a lower league place into a semi-final of an MLS Cup. I think that Mikel Arteta was probably a cheaper option at the time as well. And Vieira, you could at least say he's done an apprenticeship, even though I think he has been a very average manager himself. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, I nailed it. Well, look, 90% of the comments are Arteta out, and that is what 10% moan about being unfair. Let's see. She does. I love Virginia. Absolutely, 100%. I heard someone on Twitter called Arteta in people Arteta sexuals. Look, all I'm saying is let's respect each other's opinions. Let's have really good dialogue. I'm sorry if some of you felt like, well, 2 of you, 3 of you felt like this was a lecture. It's not a lecture. You know, just talking about my opinions on Arteta, and I'm welcoming yours. And it's good to debate it and talk about it healthily. And I don't think this conversation is going to end because we're going to discuss it again when Kevin's back as well. Rago, to all the squaddies, if you bought a house and later discovered the roof was leaking when it rained, would you not fix it? We've got some very smart people in the house. Right. Free Martinelli, 100%. Cronky out, that's never going to happen. Not for a while. It's not funny. It's not reasoned debate. It's just screeching. What isn't funny? Come on, man. Lighten up. Really? What's the matter? Who's screeching? I'm not screeching. Are you screeching? God, you can't be passionate. You know what? I don't want to say anything about interpretation of certain voices, but you know what, you guys? You have an open platform here to voice your opinion. And it's the most open platform ever. Okay? I don't understand that. It's all good. Oh, not me. Okay. But it's fine. Even if you think that of me, I don't care. I just want us to be able to talk about our club, about how we're accepting mediocrity. You guys are funny. Sounds like a housing crisis. I love it. Ben White, you know, that bothered me a little bit too. Some people are saying, well, he doesn't watch football. Shouldn't he have known about Patrick Vieira and watched some games when you're joining the club? I mean, that bothers me. I worked in the entertainment industry and you guys know my story. My job was to promote films. I looked after talent around the world when they're promoting their films. I don't think I wouldn't have been good at my job if I didn't watch films. If I didn't watch films from not only the company I worked for, but films from other companies to understand what they're doing, how they're promoting their films, the competitiveness, what kind of content are they creating, what are they doing? I mean, I do a podcast, but I love watching other podcasters. Arsenal podcasts. I watch other team podcasts. Of course you do, Mikel. Yay! Finally, we agree on something, Virginia. Woo! Right, 1 hour and 2 minutes. I think you've had enough of me now. You probably want me to go. I mean, come on. I understand you want to get away from work and you don't want to watch football. But don't you want to be in it? Like, in it. I couldn't imagine having worked all those years, working with the talent I did and the filmmakers I did without watching films. I can't even strike a conversation with James Cameron then. What am I going to say? No, I didn't watch Terminator 2? Really? God dang. I'm not going to stay another 2 hours. No one wants that. Everyone wants me out tonight. I mean, let's see. You're a nice host. We could do with more people like you. Well, you know what? Chris is a good guy. Chris Cowlin. I've done debate shows on Sky Sports with Chris, and he's a good guy. And look, we've got a Spurs fan in the house, you guys. Who says we can't sit down and sit at a table and have conversations and talk? We should be able to do that about our own manager. Have genuine conversations about him. I haven't seen I don't like scary movies. I worked on I Know What You Did last summer, the sequel, the one with Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. And I don't like horror movies. Do you guys like horror movies? Yeah, Kenny Ken. I love Kenny Ken. He's been on the show. He'll come back. Well done, everyone. Hang in there. Yes. The Exorcist. That scared the bejesus out of me when I was younger. I couldn't sleep for days. That and Carrie. Oh, my God. When her arm comes out of the grave. My gosh. We're a horror show right now, aren't we? A little bit. Dare I say? We'll do a whole show. Do you guys want to do a show where we just talk about films and music and what our favorite shows are and stuff like that? I've always wanted to do that. I want to have like a lifestyle show that we do once a month on the channel where we just shoot the shit about, entertainment stuff. I think everyone enjoys that. Oh, okay. Do you want a quick story? I'll tell you a quick story. See, this is where you guys rule. It's not me. It's not Sophie time. It's you time now. This is what you do to me, right? I have been to Death Valley. Dear God. Yeah. Yes. See? Look at me in Virginia now. I told you. I love her. She loves me. We're the perfect family. We can agree. We can disagree. But you know what? Oh, my God. That film was not Silent Hill. What's the one? Oh, not Silent Hill. The House on the Hill. There's that. That was, can't deal with that. Cannot deal with that. But if we go back to Clarice, I had the pleasure of working with the great Anthony Hopkins on a film called The Mask of Zorro. And I did the publicity for it in the UK and Ireland and looked after him and Antonio Banderas and Catherine Zeta-Jones. It was epic. They were all awesome. And I'll never forget, I turn up at Anthony Hopkins' house, knock on the door for him to pick him up, to take him to the Dorchester Hotel for interviews. And there are some moments in your career where you're like, wow. I don't get blown away easily like that. But when he came in and sat in the car and I was sitting next to him, I literally shit my pants and I'm like, oh my God, I'm sitting next to Hannibal Lecter. But he was such a gentleman. He was so lovely. I called him Sir Anthony. He goes, oh, enough with that. Call me Tony. And it was such an epic day hanging out. And he ordered kippers and eggs for breakfast, super old school, just the most amazing gentleman. And I loved looking after him. It was crazy. But yeah, all I could think of when I was sitting next to him was like, hello, Clarice. Scary, but fun. Yeah, he's a great actor. The Hills Have Eyes. Thank you, Stephen. That film was effed up. Holy cow. Crazy. That first one was scary, and so was Paranormal Activity. The first Paranormal Activity, oh my God. That was crazy. See, now I could go on forever and tell you guys stories and talk about that was messed up. That was such a messed up film. Okay. We're going to do it. How about we do it next week? We'll do a show. Wrong Turn. I worked on it. There was a film too with Reese Witherspoon and, oh my God, what was it? Reese Witherspoon and two dudes. Oh, sugar. I can't remember the film now. Best Laid Plans. That was a good movie. Yeah. Hostel, the first one, was crazy too. See where we're going? Ray Liotta, he's a good guy. Speed. Worked on that while I was at Fox. Awesome. Great cast. Keanu is just one of the most gentlemanly gentlemen you will ever meet in your life. Second one wasn't as good, but the first one was awesome. We'll do a wrestling show. JJ's up for it. Yep. I'm sure he'll do it. That'll be amazing. And JJ, you'll totally be invited on that. Right. See how we can all go. I wish I could just quit you. Brokeback Mountain. Fear. That was a good movie. I love John Wick. Final Destination. When I first watched that, the first one, Virginia, where you're just watching it and then the dude steps into the street and the bus runs him over. Oh my gosh. That was good. Yeah. That was really good. Love Formula One. I'm a Formula One junkie. I can't wait for the race this weekend. I miss it when it's not happening. I would say I'm enjoying Formula One more than football this season. And now look what you're doing. You're making me go in an hour and 10 minutes. I was trying to keep the show to half an hour tonight. You did this. You did this. That's Brendan Fraser in School Ties. You did this. Scarface, great movie. You need people like me so you can point the finger and say, that's the guy. I don't know, something along those lines. All right, we're definitely going to do a movie. We're going to talk about our favorite films. Oh, that was such a high-octane film, Uncut Gems. That gave me agita. Holy cow. My goodness. Yeah. Commando. Are we talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger's Commando, or when Jennifer Aniston confessed in Friends to Ross that she was going commando? Because I like that one a lot better. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Love it. Sigourney Weaver, another epic person to work with. Right, I will share a lot of stuff with you. We'll have that show. I promise you, we're going to do it. Absolutely, The Godfather. Brilliant. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right, that's it. We're going to be back tomorrow night, and we'll also have more to talk about. Maybe we'll do the movie. Hey, do you guys want to do the movie show tomorrow night? Do you want a departure? Tell me if you need a break. Whether you're listening on replay and you need a little bit of a break before Friday's game. We're going to do the tactical squad on Thursday with Josh and Kev. Then we've got the game on Friday. We're going to do a post-game show Friday. Do you guys just want to do like something spontaneous tomorrow night where we talk about life, movies, the Arsenal? Anfield 89 is a great movie, by the way, is it not? Yeah. Do we need a break? Yeah, maybe we do. All right. Okay. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you and your honesty and your opinions. Thank you for listening to me. I love you guys, whether we agree or disagree. I think we all want the same thing. If Arteta succeeds, our club succeeds. That's it at the end of the day. I will eat my humble pie and have someone shove it in my face. That's what I want. I love my club. I love my team. I support the players. I support the manager. But it's okay for us to disagree and give opinions and be critical, okay, without being mean and nasty. That's it, right? So until tomorrow, we're going to have a bit of a different show, inspired by you. I love you. Have a good night. Stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay? And as Super Kev would say, at ease.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.